Hello and welcome one and all. The atmosphere building very nicely here. Gorgeous, gorgeous evening. The skies are clear, the noise is fervent, the atmosphere frenetic. I'm Peter Drury, and it's my chance to say that it is an absolute delight to have Jim Beglin beside me.
Thanks, Peter. Hello, everybody. Ready to see what unfolds in this one now.
There's nothing quite like match day, especially here. This crowd doesn't do ordinary, and we should be in for something very special. There's the whistle, and here we go. So, Jim, who would you identify as the key man in this fixture?
Well, Peter, an impressive talent that I'll be watching will be Mikel Oyarzabal. He likes to play with a freedom and drift between the flank and that number 10 position. And his skill on the ball makes him very pleasing on the eye too. You'll get some real enjoyment out of this guy.
I think the opposition defence agree too. He's going to be the source of so many of their headaches. Not getting too much time on the ball here. That is good pressing. Foyt. Gonzalo Guedes with the foul. Matias Pereira. Fred and Simeone. It's a good run down the right. Played over towards the opposite flank. Foyt. And it's Fred. And he's being shifted off it. Bumps him off it and wins back the ball. Stood up well to him there. And that's put paid to a promising move. Now it's Matias Pereira. That is good pressure, just hounded him off it. And here's Fred. Dealt with nicely by the defence. Well, it looked promising for a moment, but it came to nothing. Ambitious ball here. Now it's Matias Pereira. Great defending, strong and determined. That is ended up in no man's land. Matias Pereira.
Yeah, the crowd have tried to spark some excitement, but to no avail. This needs something explosive.
Mavropanos. He's a sharp little ball here. He has a look up. There's the shot! A real chance and a real let-off.
Look, we've all been there. Not that it'll make him feel much better at the moment.
Well, the referee's pulled play back and has booked him for the original offence. Perez. Oh, good read.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
And it's Tierney. Well, that tackle was certainly sturdy. Now it's Mateus Pereira. He's shifting through the gears here. Oh no, what has happened here? Saint-Maximin. Oliveira. Nicely weighted ball. Played into space out wide. And that's definitely not his best. And he's managed to gift it back. And it's Fred. Now try to spin that positively. I certainly can't. Pacho. So still we are where we began. It's 0-0. Pass somewhat off target. It looked as though that might lead to something quite promising, but it turned out that that was not the case. Torreira. Memphis Depay. Correa. Torreira. And here's Correa. Danso did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. Well, that pass surprised everyone, and not in a good way. Torreira.
1 minute.
Threads one in and claimed it back swiftly. Mateus Pereira. And there's the end of the first half. So we go in at half-time with both defences still yet to be breached. They rather cancelled each other out in the first period. Let us see what the second half brings. So your views on the first half?
Well, simply put, Peter, they haven't been good enough to trouble the opposition. They need to play with more courage in the second half and a lot more intent.
So we are still where we were at the beginning. It is 0-0 at the break. That gets things going for the second half. So the first half brought no goals. Well, that has not gone well. Throw in. Pacho. Good run, lovely take, but that is where it stopped.
Memphis Depay really should be making an apology. That longer range pass gave him a golden chance then.
Nicked it back promptly. Oliveira. He's in plenty of space here. He's got away. Lovely bit of skill. And now they can clear their lines. And that's the end of that. It all started well enough. Pacho. He's had it taken off him. Well, into the second half, and it's still goalless. Camera. It's a pretty loose pass. And that was nowhere near his best.
Changement.
So time for change, and this one has been on the cards for a little while.
Well, Peter, I don't think there's anything tactical or injury-related here. I think it's just all about the push for a goal now.
Not the most accurate pass. It's ruffled a few feathers, but well dealt with. And the shot's on here. Aims beyond the defence. Oh, it's fallen loose again! And it's in! And finally he has breathed life into the game! Some heroic goalkeeping, but even that couldn't save them this time.
Well, it still had to be finished off, so well done to the goal scorer, but the keeper should have done a lot better.
So the first moment of real significance.
Well, when the going gets tough, etc., they can still turn this round, I think.
So, Jim, what are you thinking?
Well, the message they're sending out now is pretty loud and clear. Let's grab a second goal and give ourselves an element of comfort.
That's a shade optimistic.
Paris Saint-Germain really are going for it here, Peter. Now it's just a matter of sustaining the effort.
They're coming again and again.
Well, the question now is whether they can sustain it.
Gonzalo Guedes finds himself offside.
Changement en cours.
So the manager can make a change for the first time in the game here. And if you have just joined us, still just one goal between them. And the score is 1-0. The message is clear, none shall pass. He has found the way through. The less said about that pass, the better. Moura. I think that's offside. Yes, it is. Engages and forces him off the ball.
Well, there's plenty to like about this approach. Get your head down, keep battling away, and eventually things might change for you.
Well, that pass isn't the best. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. The referee's awarded a free kick.
Montpellier can really think about the precious seconds that took off the clock. No need to overly commit now.
Oh no, he's got that wrong. I think we're just about done here. Oh, he's felt that, hasn't he? Bakambu.
If they want to counter, they could do with more speed.
That
has not gone well. And here's the chance to counter. Now he's got space here, and he's worked it through. It's a promising position. Very nicely done. Time is desperately short now, but it is a corner. The message is simple: defend this with your lives. Tries to get it clear, and he's decided to go for it. And that is it. The equaliser just wouldn't come. It is over. Relief, finally. Now at last they can enjoy the taste of victory. Fingernails bitten to the quick, but they have got over the line. Quite a ride. Memphis Depay claiming the Man of the Match award, and there is very little room for argument. How do you look back on the game then, Jim?
Yeah, it was never a match that was going to blow us all away, Peter, but I felt the team did a lot right, especially that well-timed goal.
And all that remains for me is to thank Jim Beglin. That's it from us tonight. A very good evening to one and all. Well, what a sight this is. A beautiful evening and the promise of a match that will really get the juices flowing.
This is Peter Drury, and I'm happy to inform you that Jim Beglin has joined me to offer his expertise.
Thanks for the intro, Peter. I've been soaking up the atmosphere and I'm really looking forward to what lies in store.
And the mood is boisterous. It is a perfect ambience for the central characters who are ready now to perform.
So we're up and running. Who do you, Jim, see making the difference here?
Well, a very versatile attacker I quite like, Peter, is Memphis. He can operate out wide or he can play as a number 10. And I think he's probably best used as an inverted winger on that left side. Even when deployed centrally, he does drift to the left. And I guess it's where he's most comfortable.
Hard to disagree with that. It is the sort of situation he thrives in.
And just to confirm that the referee did issue a yellow card for that earlier incident.
Well, he pushed his luck to the very limit, and the refs just lost patience with him.
It's run loose. Who's going to get there?
Moura did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. That was nowhere near his best. Some front-footed pressing going on here. Barella tries making a foray down the right. They want to be quick to recover this. Oh, good ball! And the finish! Deftly away. Memphis Depay receives it in a wide position. Depay delivers. Defending of the desperate variety. Now it's Oyarzabal. Turns and goes back.
Porto definitely are on top of things in these early stages, Peter. If this is how they intend to go on, I think the opposition might see some trouble.
Referee has just said play on.
Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. Looks to the other side.
Well spotted.
Pass just lacking in accuracy. Well, that had the makings of something quite promising, but it's fizzled out into nothing. Just eases him off the ball.
That's going in strongly.
Bruno gets his hands on it, and the danger is averted. Aina. And here's Saint-Maximin.
Strong running down that left flank.
Here it is, crossed in. Engages. Tries a shot! And we have our very first corner.
They've played it short.
And here's Saint-Maximin.
Lovely feet.
Yeah, that does look a foul. Referee's given a free kick.
So who's he going to be aiming for here?
So, what can they come up with? Saint-Maximin! Oh, denied brilliantly!
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
Corner number 2 then. Got nowhere to hide after that one. Simeone. He's away! Real chance! Oh, that was a brilliant save.
I think he's done great there, both reading it and dealing with it.
Corner number 3 coming up. Agahawa attempts a clearance.
And the volley.
Oh, that's a waste.
Well, it was going to take something a bit special from there, and that wasn't it.
Nil-nil still. No lack of chances, though.
Yeah, the tempo is strong, and the game has flair and lots of potential for me.
Nice bit of trickery. Pepe drives forward on the overlap. Takes aim and crosses.
And the ball is out of play.
Nicked it back promptly. Aina. Still waiting for the first breakthrough, but not for the want of trying. And he shoots! No, it just wouldn't sit for him.
Saint-Maximin really had a decent crack at that. It was a full-blooded effort.
Corner number 4 coming up here. And that should get the job done. Tries from distance. Done so. Swings in across. Oh, that's ambitious. Agahawa. It's just beyond his reach. It looked as though that might lead to something quite promising, but it turned out that that was not the case. That has ended up in no man's land. And here's Oyarzabal. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. And now the breakaway. Now it's Simeone. Aina. Ball comes in. Now it's Saint-Maximin. Chooses to go back. And we've reached half-time. A decent enough half, but neither side able to get on the score sheet. Time for some fresh ideas in the second period, perhaps. What have we learned from the first 45 minutes?
Well, I don't think we need the stats to be on the screen to tell us about the pass completion rate, which has been obviously a letdown in this first half. All too often we've seen players left frustrated because of poor decision-making and just a general sloppiness. So I'm sure the boss will be getting stuck into his players to improve and improve quickly.
Still waiting for this to take off. It's goalless at half-time. And we're underway again. 0-0, and we're at the halfway point. Oh, that's fabulous. Great chance! It's a goal! The second half off to a spectacular start. And it has to be said, an absolute gift.
Well, you've got to give him credit for pressing so quickly there.
So we have our breakthrough.
And talk about the perfect time to score. The manager's giving nothing away, but he'll be thrilled inside.
Now it's Oyarzabal. Pressure coming in from all directions. Opts to play it back. Perez gets it clear. In with the challenge. Now it's Simeone. That's tidy. Moura, defending his corner stubbornly, stood up very well to his man.
Well, they're labouring their way towards the opposition goal here, Peter, and this needs a much livelier solution.
And the shot! Well, now it's a race for the ball.
Incentive set and incentive met. Now they've got to take it on another level.
Memphis Depay.
Great ball, and he's in. He's having a shot! Goal! A two-goal lead, and they're firmly in control. They forced the error and extracted the maximum punishment.
Look at the manager here, he's absolutely fuming and he has every right to be. You can't win football matches if you give the ball away like that.
2 goals on the day, and he may not yet be done. Porto are doing very nicely, thank you.
Well, now's the time you can afford to be more daring, Peter. It may be tempting to sit on this, but I'd say go and grab a third.
They're back in possession and ready to go again. Now it's Oyarzabal. And the whistle has gone for a reckless challenge there. No second thought, a straight red card. Well, there may be some scope for debate over the seriousness of the offence, but none over its repercussions. They'll have to see out the rest of the game with 10 men.
I just think it was a cheap foul to give away.
Saint-Maximin. And it's Sarr. Porto still have the cards to affect this game. Fred. It's run loose here. He's had a fair tumble under that challenge. Now it's Simeone. And it's pulled back. Shapes to shoot! Well seen, saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped it.
And he's only too happy to take that back. Moura. Can he finish? And it's hit the woodwork and out.
Substituição para o Porto. Número 11. Número 74. Vão dar os seus lugares a número 23. Número 27.
Hannibal. Aina. It's a good run down the right. Oyarzabal. Pass somewhat off target. Memphis Depay. Oh, and they're quick to press here, right on top of them. Hannibal. Nicely shaped ball. It's a pretty loose pass.
Oh, he's felt that, hasn't he? Memphis Depay has it out wide and in space. There it is! Looks offside, I think. Yep, the flag is up.
Yeah, the assistant did have his flag up. The referee seemed to spot it late, though. Nevertheless, the right decision.
Disappointment and relief on either side. Nothing doing. Done so. Well, that tackle was certainly sturdy. Played back in. Goal kick. No, I stand corrected, it's a corner. Cleared away. Header! Oh, terrific save from the keeper.
Gonzalo Guedes clearly thought he had the beating of the keeper.
The pressing's intense and it's paid off. And he's quick to snatch it back. Now it's Gonzalo Guedes. Bruno breathes a sigh of relief as he gets his hands on the ball. And that will be it. Porto are walking off satisfied with their day's work. A result no less warranted, no less deserving of their efforts. A job done in a highly professional manner. Memphis Depay picking up the Man of the Match award, and no surprise there. Well, what are your thoughts on today's game then, Jim?
Porto definitely impressed.
Well, what a sight this is. A beautiful evening and the promise of a match that will really get the juices flowing. I'm Peter Drury, and seated in the experts' hot seat is our man Jim Beglin.
Thanks, Peter. Hello, everybody. Ready to see what unfolds in this one now.
There's nothing quite like match day, especially here. This crowd doesn't do ordinary, and we should be in for something very special. So it's away we go then. And from the team sheet, we derive that they are going with a 3-4-3 formation, Jim.
Yeah, Peter, and I would say that this setup is probably mostly geared to the front three. I think keeping them busy with chances is obviously a responsibility for everyone else in the team, so the midfield four in particular are keen to get on the front foot and play their part. The back three have just got to get on with it.
Welcome to those who have joined us all here on a beautiful, clear evening. The conditions contributing to a fantastic atmosphere in the stands. This really is the place to be.
This is Peter Drury, and next to me providing insights will be Jim Beglin.
Thanks for that, Peter, and may I say a big hello to everyone.
Colours vivid and vibrant, songs loud and proud. The tone for this game is well and truly set.
So off we go then. Jim, who do you pick out as the telling individual today?
Well, there's no doubt as to who the creative hub in the side is. It's Mikel Oyarzabal. He boasts some of the most impressive records when it comes to goals and assists, Peter, helped by the fact that he can play anywhere across that front line, and also he has a real willingness to run beyond the strikers. And there's a lot to admire about this guy.
Yeah, hard to see past him. He'll be looking to put on a show, I'm certain of that. Foyt is being told in no uncertain terms that this will be his final warning. Goes for the shot! And that is wildly off target.
Well, I suppose he was being urged to shoot. Maybe the crowd will stay a little quieter next time.
Fred, Pacho, Foyt, well seen, saw that coming.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Barella gets into some space. Gonzalo Guedes. And he's in on goal. Chance to shoot. Goal! Paris Saint-Germain! Speed of thought, efficiency of movement, and certainty of outcome.
Way too good, Peter. Too quick, too smart for that defence. We were made to look a little lost, in all honesty.
It is a super start. So far, so very good. And that interception was most necessary.
That was well played, well stopped.
Oyarzabal showing great feet there.
Well, he was given the time and room initially to hold on to the ball, but eventually he was squeezed that bit harder and the task became too much. I think he's got to be a little quicker in his distribution then and get others into the match.
That's tidy. And that's a good ball.
Well, I wouldn't quite advise they should resort to risk-taking at this stage. There's plenty of time left yet.
Now it's Bakambu. The pass has gone astray. Pacho. In with the challenge. That's Zakarian.
Such good technique.
He has found the way through. Oh, he's been caught on it here. What a throw in. Oyarzabal, who's set up one goal so far, knocks it into space. That's a nicely shaped ball. He's shifting through the gears here. Yep, it's a corner. Paris Saint-Germain with their first corner, the first in the game for either side, actually. Pepe getting this one clear. He's having a hit! Looks to the other side. And they've got a throw. Just eases him off the ball. He's gone for goal! Oh, terrific save from the keeper.
Mateus Pereira clearly thought he had the beating of the keeper.
Corner number 2 then. That has been knocked clear. Good ball, good take.
Oh, sweet feet.
Can he finish? Tebe. Not the most accurate pass. Danso. Saint-Maximin could try cutting inside here. And the shot!
San Antonio truly have no need to panic. They can reassess at half-time.
Simeone gets a foot in here. Challenge just a bit on the firm side. Zaharian picks it up out wide. Now it's crossed into the middle. Nice and easy for the goalkeeper. Simeone.
Some good work on the right flank here.
Pass somewhat off target. It's loose. Here's a shot!
2 added minutes has been indicated.
That'll be a throw-in. Camera. And the referee brings the first half to a close. Well, it's certainly simmered along nicely so far. Just the one goal in it, and it's all still very much up for grabs.
Well, for me, Peter, things have never really got going, but at least this will be a good time to reflect and regroup. I can see a few changes coming, because whatever they've been doing, it just hasn't gelled.
So off we go once more.
San Antonio can really do with some bigger names standing up here. At times they didn't even look as if they knew what they were doing.
Pepe.
They want to be quick here. It's breakaway time.
And they're not going to make any further progress now. He's found a way through.
It's a good-looking
He's having a shot! Now it's Bakambu. He's got away.
Time and again they are repelled.
Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. Anguissa. Now Varela. Zaharian.
And that's aimed into the middle. And the volley. Oh, the keeper's done ever so well.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played. Well, it looks like we have ourselves a real game here now, Peter. They've been rewarded for their courage, for their attitude, for their application, and now they'll want another.
After 56 minutes is number 10.
That has certainly made things interesting.
San Antonio really will fancy their chances now. They need to make the most of the momentum, but they have to be careful not to overstretch themselves and pay a price.
Great ball, and he's in here. It's all a little bit desperate, but it's got the job done.
Oh, that's brilliantly defended, though. It looked destined for a goal.
The attendance for this match was 17,007.
Now it's Gonzalo Guedes. Out towards the flank. Camera. Played out wide. Now it's Sam Maximin. Oyarzabal! A reprieve, albeit perhaps momentary. Pacho. That's Matheus Pereira. Tries a shot! Goal! Paris Saint-Germain! Into the lead once more. And he stuck it away as if laser-guided.
Just way too good, Peter. The keeper was never going to stop it.
After 65 minutes is number 13, Gonzalo Guedes.
Paris Saint-Germain get themselves into the lead. It's just beyond his reach. Now it's Sakarian. Mikel Oyarzabal.
Unless they can devise a quick counter-attacking plan, they're going to need to see much more of this ball.
Look at the space here. Takes a shot! And that is doing no harm at all. Well, the referee's pulled play back and has booked him for the original offence.
Substitution.
So the manager can make a change for the first time in the game here. Fred is there and he can pick it up. Simeone. Camera. And here's Sam Maximin. Well, that has not gone well. And it's Correa. That's good running with the ball. Correa. Real chance! It's a carbon copy of the previous miss.
Well, the breakthrough hasn't come yet, Peter, but you do feel they're upping the ante here. They'll get their reward if they can stick at this.
Corner number 3 coming up. Can he finish? Fred. It's Sam Maximin. And he's quick to snatch it back. Correa knocks it out wide. He's in plenty of space. Shoots! It's in! And look what it means to them. This is a position of genuine strength now.
It is a good finish. The odds were against him. Little matter.
Such a well-worked finish. It looked like he was going to be shut down, but he thrives in situations like that.
And very quickly, the substitute made his mark.
I think the manager's claiming an assist here.
So the lead now is 2.
Well, I think it's just the reward for their application. They play
Foul and a free kick in a very dangerous area. And that's going to be a booking.
Well, I think the alternative was to stand there and do nothing while he tried to score, and obviously he's not going to allow that, Peter, is he?
So what can they conjure from this one? This the perfect chance to extend the advantage. Shapes to shoot! And the keeper couldn't hold it. Another big chance that gets away. Well, that pass isn't the best. Well, that had the makings of something quite promising, but it's fizzled out into nothing. And it's Suso.
There will be 5 minutes added time.
Fred. Pacho. Oh, that's delightful. He's on it, can he get away? And that's not going to reach. Saint-Maximin, nicely shaped ball. He's picked his way through.
Oh, really well played.
It's a pretty loose pass. And that will be the final act. In the end then, no joy. Not for the want of trying, not for the want of running. Simply they were beaten by a better team on the day.
And now
you look
I'd
back
just
on the
like
game
to
then,
read
Jim?
out our
Well,
fan
Peter,
club members
I
who are
really
celebrating
couldn't
their
see what this
birthdays
team
today.
was trying to achieve, whether it's the manager's message.
So welcome one and all to a picturesque evening here. A clear night, all the ingredients for a showcase game that the passionate crowd demands. I'm Peter Drury, and this is Jim Beglin.
Hi everyone, and thanks Peter, it's great to be on board.
And the mood is boisterous. It is a perfect ambience for the central characters who are ready now to perform. Well, we're on the way. Who do you think this turns on, Jim?
Well, I think we have a very exciting player, Peter, in the shape of Memphis. A very instinctive attacker whose playing style is often improvised and quite impulsive. OK, he's been accused in the past of being a bit of a ball hogger, but that's gradually improving, as his assist stats would back up.
I think the opposition defence agree too. He's going to be the source of so many of their headaches. Montpellier with the corner, there first. And it's been taken short. And now they can spring out of defence. Tries to play it through. And that pass just didn't quite work. They played cross-field, changing the point of attack.
Well spotted.
Not the most accurate pass. Perez. Can he get it through? That a foul? Yes, the referee's given it. Now, try to spin that positively. I certainly can't. It's on Gisa.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
That's tidy. Great defending, strong and determined.
Oh, look, this is about as tentative as it comes.
Could be danger here. Pacho. And that interception was most necessary.
That was well played, well stopped.
Now it's Gonzalo Guedes. Anguissa. And it's Varela. More and more pressure on the ball here. Kadiolu. It's Memphis Depay! And collective relief etched on the faces of the defenders. A poorly directed kick from the keeper, he's given it away. Simeone. He's had a shot! Goal! Montpellier! Montpellier have the lead! They forced the error and extracted the maximum punishment.
Well, Peter, they should just never have lost the ball from there, but you have to give credit and fairness to the front-footed pressing too. Made things quite uncomfortable for them.
Montpellier have taken the lead.
Well, this should allow them to be a bit more expansive, although they'll be wise to be cautious for now.
Oh, what a mistake! Great chance! It's in! A quite incredible spell. They are flying. An act of charity gratefully received.
Oh, how can they be so careless, Peter? It's too casual. They were never going to get away with that kind of sloppiness.
2 goals on the day, and he may not yet be done. Montpellier are now luxuriating in a 2-goal lead.
Well, their manager seems to have them always thinking about the next goal. When's the next goal coming? They're such an entertaining watch.
Suso delivers. And that has earned a reprieve for the time being. Well, that pass isn't the best.
And they win it back again. Oh, good read.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Szczesny is there to clear. Pass just lacking in accuracy. Goal!
Back within one! They have them in their sights again!
Oh, one moment you're in possession, the next you're picking the ball out of your own net. That one will sting.
Oh, that was beautifully done. They were ready to pounce, and they were clinical when the opportunity presented itself.
21, Suso!
This is threatening to become a really good game.
Well, what a difference a goal makes. Now all of a sudden it seems the belief is back.
Natchez Pereira.
Memphis Depay.
For Gonzalo Guedes. Suso.
That's the throw.
2 added minutes has been indicated.
Great vision. That's been slipped through. And he's heaved it away. It's a pretty loose pass. Natchez Pereira.
And the referee brings the first half to a close.
That was a very watchable and entertaining half of football. And it's fair to say that both teams have played their part.
Hello attendees, this
Caution certainly not on the agenda here from both sides.
Yeah, they're ahead, Peter, but they can't afford to get too complacent. They need to go with the same intensity and tempo they showed in getting both the goals. Try to get another now and establish that 2-goal cushion early in the second half.
Substitution on the field. Number 34, Aina. Coming on the field is...
Here we go again then.
Vissel Kobe really need to bring up their intensity and rhythm a notch or two, Peter. Just looked a step too slow on everything.
That has ended up in no man's land. Anguissa. He's a sharp little ball here. And he's worked it through. Szczesny gets it clear. He's gone for goal. Oh, nearly, but nearly is nothing.
Well, that's confidence for you. Distance doesn't even bother him.
Gonzalo Guedes going full steam ahead down the left flank. He's picked his way through. Montpellier have their second corner now. Cleared without hesitation. He's gone for goal! Fair attempt, just the wrong outcome.
Nelson Semedo has taken on too much there. That isn't one of the areas he thrives on.
He's been bundled over, that is a foul.
Perez has got the wrong side of the referee and got himself a yellow card for his troubles.
Yeah, and the whole stadium knew that was coming, apart from him, it seems.
That's a half-decent try.
Yeah, I think he's going to be a bit disappointed with that, Peter. You would have fancied him to at least hit the target.
That'll be a throw.
Yeah, he's fouled him there.
Well, the referee has made it pretty clear now that this is his last chance.
Yeah, and he has to change his ways, or this referee could soon change his status.
And it's Pepe.
He's in space and looking for options. Nice control.
Now it's crossed into the middle. Suso cuts a frustrated figure right now. He just cannot get away.
They're just trying to negate his influence, and it looks like whatever it takes.
It's just beyond his reach.
And the whistler's gone for a reckless challenge there.
Well, you might think he got off lightly. It is just a verbal warning. Chips it through. That is lovely. And he welcomes it in. Simeone! Oh, the keeper's done ever so well.
Simeone actually didn't do an awful lot wrong, to be honest.
Montpellier have their third corner. Terrific header! Went with his head, but couldn't steer it in. Kajolu. Perez. Oh, he's been caught napping. The ball is loose and the chase is on.
Unless they can devise a quick counter-attacking plan, they're going to need to see much more of this ball.
He's on it, can he get away?
Oh, sweet feet.
That's exactly what they need to keep doing. Carry on plugging away, and eventually you might just get that little break.
Well, they're looking a whole lot more urgent now.
They just need to sort out their end product, and quickly.
Substitution on the field. Number 21.
We have got changes here
Suso.
from both sides, in fact.
Number 3, Mbemba. Coming on the field, number 11, number 55.
Nelson Semedo.
Substitutions taking place.
Oyarzabal.
They may end up with some regret with this tactic, but you have to admire their commitment to goals.
Shot at goal! He scores! And there we have it, the two-goal cushion. Oh, beautifully dispatched. There was no reaching that.
He had the whole picture in his head, Peter. He didn't even look at the goalkeeper.
After 78 minutes is...
And it didn't take him long. Just sitting on the bench and waiting moments ago, already he has scored.
That's just as the manager would have seen it, an impact sub.
Montpellier go 2 up and into a position of real strength.
Yeah, I can't think of a better time, Peter, to get that two-goal cushion. That, for me, should be decisive.
That looks a good ball through. Diogo Costa breathes a sigh of relief as he gets his hands on the ball. Quintero. For a moment you felt that was going somewhere, but they'll have to go again. Pass somewhat off target. Simeone. They're back in possession and ready to go again. Marmouche.
Well, it's a move of great promise, but will it really prove productive?
Oh, that's a... Can he finish? It's fallen loose again! Oh, just lacked a decent finish. Nelson Semedo.
There will be 5 minutes added time.
And reclaimed it in a trice. Not much subtlety about that challenge. Little doubt, that is a foul. And he's going to have his name taken.
Well, sometimes a loose foul can trigger a completely different spell of play, and it makes even less sense.
Mikel Oyarzabal. Well, that has not gone well. That's good play. And there goes the final whistle. A performance of perspiration, work rate, grit, and those are very good qualities that might have got them something on another day. Sadly, not today.
Please be made aware that smoking.
How would you summarise what we've seen today then, Jim?
Well, Peter, I really couldn't see what this team was trying to achieve, whether it's the manager's message not getting through or not having the right players in the right positions. It all looked a bit lost.
Many thanks to Jim, and with that, it is a very good night to you.